so in this one, we are going to be reacting to your hottest Dragon Ball Legends takes. Thank you for hitting, allowing us, whatever you want to call it, for hitting 20,000 subscribers. Actually, will be a two-part little thing. The next video, this is like the lore. There's actually a little bit of lore in this channel of like this Zenkai or this unit and like the goodness or the hatred or whatever of these units. There's like 3 or 4 specific units for that, you know, Jiren, Bardock, etc., etc. But this unit, the next video, is the most full circle thing that you could ever see exist. So it'll be a two-part kind of thing. This video reacting to your guys' hot takes, because what I thought was, well, it's not me that got 20k subs, it's people that subscribe to me, people that probably commented on this. By the way, if you're wondering what the fuck is up with this picture, just to explain it, this was months and almost a year ago, I would say. Like 8-7 months probably. Actually, same fucking sweater, just realized. I got drunk at Virgil's house and I fucking couldn't get up. That's actually the next morning, me trying to order my Uber. You can see my phone next to me there. But yeah, that's that. He hold his liquor well, and well, I did not. As you can see me dying right there. But we are going to be going over your guys' hot takes. I've done this video about 3 months ago. Legends in a dry spot. This is more community-based because it's us hitting 20k subs. Once again, thank you. I appreciate it very much. And, well, wherever we get to next, let's see when we get there and whatever it is, right? Every 10k subs, I will be doing something of the sort where it is commemorating such a event. But without further ado, let us begin. There's going to be some here that I'm going to say, and then there's going to be a lot that's like, oh, we got to go and death this one. So grab some snacks, pause the video, go get your little popcorn. You know, I got my little hot chocolate over here, and well, enjoy these hot takes. I've only responded to like 4 or 3 of them. I didn't look at many of these, so yeah, we will see. And I guess we shall begin with some of these I've actually responded to. Barely, but responded to, right? Transforming Cell will age better than Hit. My response was, this was the tweet that made me close the thread till I record the video. My implication behind that was that, oh, we are saying some wild shit. A hot take, if you don't know what a hot take is a take that is, you know, not majority would agree prior to you saying it. Like if I said, I don't even know, I'm trying to think of a hot take that people would, you know, guaranteed agree on. The Tag Force can be argued as top 5 still. Maybe there's some people that could argue it as like a hot take, but some people could actually validate it. That's what a hot take is. If you could have a take that's maybe not too off, you know, the rails, but it is something that's not really a most commonplace idea of thought, right? So a cold take would be, oh, UGP is number 1. Well, really? You know, he's in that area of 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's a cold take. We know he's like in that area of 1, 2, 3. Or, Ultra Rose is top 10. Really? That's a cold take. So looking for the hottest ones here. That definitely is a hot take. I don't really know the answer to that. Transforming Cell will age better than Hit. We don't know how units will age. Transforming units, you know, Green Goku Black was good aging. There's others like very old. The 13 movie Vegeta, very good aging. You know, Yellow movie Gohan. Transforming units do age well for a good part. Then you have units like Turn of Power Vegeta. What the hell happened to him? And there's not been many transforming units recently, so it'll actually be tough to tell. I don't assume so, because they just seem to like love these ultras too much to let them age badly, but maybe? I can't really tell, but you know what, for the sake of it, sure, why not? If he does, great. I'm trying to starve Cell anyway, so I don't mind. Cell is top 5. Alright, Ultra Gogeta Blue was a great addition to the game and one of the least toxic number 1 in years. The devs just undertuned TV and never released a Yellow again, which let him run absolutely wild. This is the last one I replied to with an actual comment. It was a good laugh. It was. I'd appreciate it. I appreciated it. I still do, actually. That is probably the most inaccurate statement I've read in a good while. That first sentence, right? Even the second sentence is just incomplete. They never released a Yellow again, which let him run wild. We got Roshi, which I get was overrated. I get that, but we still got a Yellow, who was argued at least top 15. So that's still, you don't have to be top 5 to be good. You could be out of top 10 and still be good. You just aren't as good as the others, but you're still good. Forku Zenkai happened? Evo Zenkai happened? I'm not really sure what this comment means, because it's just inaccurate. UGB's gauge was toxic. Maybe it wasn't as toxic as we all felt it to be, because we were just so scared of popping the gauge. And now people, you know, they're running GT17. Okay, he could just tank that gauge pop. Or units are more capable of tanking gauge pops now with a more competent yellow. If not, you're building a little bit more of a bulkier 1 unit to take those hits, you know, on purpose. But the gauge was not toxic. It was very toxic. It still is toxic, right? He still is the most toxic in he gets a free combo. How the hell is that fair? It's not. He's still very toxic in his own right. It's just that the output setting for it, you can obviously compensate with it better now than you could back then. But still, one of the least number 1 toxic in years. I'm trying to think who was number 1. Within like recent, let's say last 2 years. Least toxic? Was UBK toxic? Like, I get it, like, he was, like, gassed and all that, but, like, was strike sealing, I guess it was pretty toxic, but strike sealing compared to a gauge, are you kidding me? I'd rather fight UBK 24/7 instead of, you know, Ultra Go GL Blue when we first came out. I mean, holy shit. No, that's probably the most, no, UGB was very toxic. They released yellows. They released a ton of yellows, Zenkais, if not just yellow units. No, incorrect. They literally released units that would do like extra cards earlier, so you could pop the gauge and then, you know, just have it pop, and then have maybe not pop all 3, but, you know, have them pop earlier than later. They could get your yellow in, do a combo, and then, you know, kind of go from there. Like, look at the 4s. They literally released to stop Ultra Go GL Blue's gauge. Like, they steal blue cards, right? So it's like you pop it, but you don't really actually get hit by it. So, no. Ultra Go GL Blue was very toxic. He was not the least. He was nowhere near the least. He's not as like VB or FSK, you know, prime them, but that's not saying much because that's still toxic. By the way, I'll like swipe all the way down at some point here and just like get these, you know, ones at the bottom, but I am trying to see as much as I can on this. This will be a long video if that's not obvious. I make all these videos long. This is the best Ultra in Dragon Ball Legends. I know this person is a Ultra Blue Kaioken fan, so I'm going to say there's bias. This is the last one I commented on, so everything else here, I don't really know. But I think this one's a little biased. This guy just hit 2K followers on Twitch, though, so check him out. Crimstronic, check him out. All right, now we get to it, so let's just level ourselves. Hold up. Give me a little... USV is top 10 material, potentially top 6 with an actual good team and support. On and off boost. USV is top 10 material. I can understand that. I could have this unit in top 15. I think everyone from top 10, barely to top 15, could be argued in that 10th or 9th or even 8th slot. You know what? Sure. Potentially top 6. Yeah, I don't know about these... oh, it could be this. It's just so, like... You're hoping for a lot. It's really far-fetched to hope for such a good thing. Because Legends does not always give a good thing. They sometimes will with, like, Pan and Zamasu and GT17. But they'll sometimes give, you know, worthless things. Like, some free-to-play units or some LF units like Rev UI. So, while there is potential, I can't agree or disagree on the top 6 thing because we have no clue what they're gonna do. He has okay teams now. He's just leader slotted. How about equipment? Like, how about you give him pure equips? Because he doesn't have any. That's what would fix him probably. Not even a good team. If you just have pure equips, like if the alright pure awakened and it became just have one fusion warrior battle member on the team, then it's like a 15% base, 12% pure, boom. Really helped out because he doesn't really have any pure equips. He would be that fusion on a leader slotted team. Bada bing, bada boom, he's helped out. But a top 6 thing, it's so hairy. I have no idea. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? Maybe he'll drop down to top, 50, and it's like, oh, well, what the fuck happened? I thought he was going to get, helped out because, well, he's a fusion. Fusions get a lot of buffs when it's big celebration time. That's coming up soon. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Revhan is heavily underrated and still puts in tons of work even in today's meta. top 15 unit. So I can't say top 15. That's just a hard disagree there. I do think he's very good and very underrated. I'd say this unit's like, 25, 30, wherever the hell over there. The reasoning being that he is purple. Purple is hurt. I mean, there's VT, there's Forku, there's, I know, again, Roshi, overhyped, but still okay unit. There's USV. There's way too many yellows. I'm seeing way too many USVs with Rose. Just leave a slot Rose on fusions. Then you just run USV, UGB, and Rose. Shockingly enough, that's a yellow right there. There's a type neutral green at that point because you go defensive neutral, you can go offensive neutral, whatever have you. I don't think Revhan is in a particularly amazing spot right now. I don't think he's in a bad one, but I don't think he's like in the best spot he's been in ever. He's definitely had like top 15 presence even in recent times, but right now, dude, there was a yellow so many matches. I'll say there's a yellow almost as much as there's a green or purple, implying that it's UGB or Rose in a match, if not both. There's a yellow, like, I gotta say, like 60% of matches, and it's like, yeah, Revhan is not there, especially because you're gonna run on my hybrids, will Pan's your other unit, and it's just like, oh, well, Beast has to carry me until, that yellow's dead, but they're gonna save that yellow, obviously, yellow die, because Revhan's right there, right? Don't think top 15, but definitely is a very good unit to this day. I can 1000% agree on that. Probson tweeted, USV is top 5. Thoughts? My personal take, LOE would be a top-performing team again with full power Frieza Zenkai and Ultra this year. So let's go one by one here on this. Probson tweeted USV is top 5. Well, I already went over USV. I think he fits in a top 15 realm, and that could touch into top 10. Sure. Top 5? Hell no. I already explained it, basically. He just doesn't make the mold enough, right? He's just not good enough for me. Then, personal take, LOE would be a top-performing team again, full power Frieza Zenkai, and an Ultra this year. So I don't know if full power Frieza Zenkai is really it. I mean, is that really what they need? Like, what are you going to stop there? Full power Frieza Zenkai would be that, okay, now we can nullify endurance. You're not running into Beast off, you're not running into LF17 often. Maybe Zamasu is more common than not, but he's still, like, not that worrisome. Like, compared to Ultra Rose or Ultra Gogeta Blue or Ultra Hit, he's not that worrisome. You don't have to, like, prioritize killing Zamasu. So I don't think full power Frieza Zenkai necessarily fixes LOE or helps LOE. They don't really need to fix, they just need help. And an Ultra this year, that's so vague. I guess it could make them very good, but LOE's biggest flaw is they don't have a lot of strike defense. Full power Frieza gives blast defense, I believe. Revza, blast defense. Mecha, blast defense. LFSA is double attack. AGF is blast attack and strike defense, and a lot more strike-based meta, and just blast units are innately hurt. So they need a lot more strike defense, which just means more units, not a Zenkai than an Ultra. Yes, the Ultra would help, but they just need 1% or LFs. Like, they need new stuff. They don't need refurbished, they need new. So I don't think LOE gets fixed with just this or that. I think it needs a lot more than this or that, because their units are going to get power creep soon. Just not a great thing. Sunnable Ultras should only be released once every 6 months. I mean, it's a business, so while I might agree that, yes, Ultras should be delayed more, it's... The best comparison is, we had a thing... Well, just compare it to Dokkan, it's the best way to do it. Dokkan had URs, Ultra Rares, and then they awaken to TURs. That's essentially what our LFs have become. Our LFs used to feel like LRs, right? The Legendary Rares that come once a month, blah, 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 which is still LFs because they come once a month. But now, it's essentially that our URs have become TURs, meaning our LFs have become TURs, which release every month, and then Ultras have become these LRs, where they have to release more frequently because, well, that's the big new rarity. I mean, they just have to drop it. They wouldn't introduce this rarity. I mean, they introduced it free-to-play, yes, as free-to-play characters, but they wouldn't introduce this rarity if they weren't going to make characters of it more common than not. Having it as often as we do, every other month now, is a little ridiculous. I would be fine with once every 3 months, but once every 6 months, it's just far-fetched for a company because, shockingly, Ultras make them money. While I might agree, yes, I would want them to delay Ultras because they should be a lot cooler aesthetically, especially in, actual animations. I think, I would go back to the process of if, Android 21, a character not even from this game, from a different game, can get unique Ki Blast. How the hell can't an Ultra get that, right? And for majority, they don't have that. So, yes, they should be delayed, but it's just, yeah, it just ain't happening. That's how it is. Ultra Hit will age like milk compared to Ultra Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Cow. Oh, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. He will age like milk compared to UBK? I don't get it. But UBK's bad now. Does that mean Hit will age bad? Is that what he's saying? Because UBK off boost, I believe he wasn't even like touched. No one even used him. He actually was just gone. USG was still regarded as number 1, but UBK went off boost. And now Hit's still off boost. He just went off boost, actually. And he's still regarded for most people in like this top 3 area. So I don't think that's the case from at least what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm using him. And also, he's not relying on Zenkai buffs like UBK was, so I don't agree because he's off boost and he's doing perfectly fine, not really changing in any sequence. I mean, he wouldn't. His offenses were very good. He just lost 15%. Oh no, like, he's going to be fine without that, right? But maybe? I don't see it. But, I mean, yeah, I don't see it at all. Personally, think they're going too far with Ultras and should take 6 months off. It's the same teams over and over and it kills the game. I think they are a mistake. I don't think Ultras are a mistake. I think their execution of, and I said this in the Goten video, actually, last video, and I think, touching on the details of it more makes sense right now. Ultras should not have the capability to be leader slotted. I think if you're going to have an Ultra, you have to accept the weakness of it. And there should be a weakness to it. I understand new rarity. Oh my god, we got to be kind to it. It's a gacha game. Summon, run this unit. It doesn't really affect people summoning for the unit. But the process would be the Ultra ability cannot happen. They have to run on their Ultra ability team or they don't get Ultra ability. You can leader slot them, but they'll miss that 30% Ultra ability. That's what I think they should have done with Ultras from the get-go. I mean, they did. The thing is, we do have, Ultra Super Saiyan Goku. You have to run him on a full Saiyan team, and then he'll get his full Ultra ability. They should have had that for Ultra sunnable units, where it's like, okay, well, Rosé wants to be on Future, but if he's run on this, like, Pan UGB setup, and then it's just like him leader slotted, no, that's not how it should work. It should be, you're missing that 30%, or you're running him on Future. That's it. There should no be if, ands, or buts by leader slot saving the unit. I think it's very much unfair to have Ultras be able to get that free 30% just for completely existing on a random slot on a team. And it makes very, yes, on Orthodox teams, which is good, but like just spammed on Orthodox teams. Like, I ran Ultra Hit with Fat Boo and Hercule. I should be able to do that. I think they should just mellow down on that. I mean, maybe even change it. I doubt they would because that just lowers the I guess the value of Ultras at that point, but not really. They're still going to be very good. They're still going to be like these top 5 units, but I don't think they need to stop making them. I mean, maybe it'd be a good thing, but it'd just be weird to stop making it, especially like, look where we are. We are right next to Anniversary. That won't happen, but I think they need to restrict them a little bit more. Ultras are not restricted, and Hit got like a plat like the week he dropped, or like the week after. Rosé got a shitty one, but like he got like a plat. He got a very good Awakened equip. As soon as he dropped, and it's not necessarily for him, but like it dropped right after. No shit. The implication is, oh yes, this new Ultra is meant to run that. They give them so much, just don't let them get that 30% unless they're on their like Ultra ability team. I think that's the most logical thing they could do. That's the simplest thing they could do. I'll swipe down like a magician in the next, after 5 more from this area. Rosé will be the first out of top 3 Ultras to fall off. Rosé will be the first out of the top 3 Ultras to fall off. That's so bold. Every Ultra Zenkai buffed. UGB will always have Pan to rely on. Hit isn't reliant on support. Rosé isn't either, to be fair. They both ramp up. I don't know. Maybe because UGB exists, but we don't. Listen, we can get Yellow Super Boo, Fat Boo, Kid Boo, Boo Tanks, Boohan, whoever the hell, Yellow Majin Vegeta, who the hell knows, in the next week here, and then Rosé stocks up. Now he has a yellow to counter or to protect him on a PL setup. Boom, you leader slot the new Ultra. You run Rosé. You run whoever the hell your third is. bada bing, bada boom, Rose just gained more value, right? So it's like, maybe, but we have to wait. It's such a bold comment. I just don't perceive it being even plausible because we just don't know enough. Like, right now, I can't even see it being plausible. We just have to wait. Like, that's it. Maybe you told me in a week from now, okay, well, this Ultra came out. It's a blue unit. Well, it doesn't really help Rose keep his value, so yeah, maybe. Or actually does help Rose. Let's say it's a red unit then. It doesn't really help Rose or hurt Rose. So maybe, yeah, then afterwards. But with how close we are to this release of whatever Ultra's next, because it will be next week, yeah, I don't... Why does it keep doing that? It just keeps, like, moving on its own. I can't even, like, say, yeah, I agree. I have no fucking clue. I could see that, but I don't agree with it. USV currently can be considered a top 10 unit. I've seen some people argue top 5. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, again, I said 10 through 15. All these units, 15, I can't speak, through 14, 13, 12, 11 can all be argued in like this 8 through 10 slot. So yeah, I do agree with that. Maybe kind of stretching it there on saying number 15 could be argued as number 8, but like, you know what I mean. They're all in a very close, tight-knit, area. So I do agree it can't be considered a top 10 unit. Hit is overrated as fuck and isn't even a top 10 unit. I'm trying to think what that means. Who's better than Hit then? I'm trying to think. That means Zamasu's better than Hit? I don't know about that. If you don't like Hit, that makes sense because he's very good. But even if you don't like his kit, there's so many yellows. I just mentioned it earlier. There's 60, 70% of matches I'm fighting a yellow somewhere. If not, the blues aren't very bulky. If I do run into a blue, it's Zamasu for the most part. He's like, yes, he's a defense type, but like, Hit quite literally does more blues. So I completely disagree. Maybe I overrate him a little bit, but I don't think this unit is not even top 10. I think that's just slander at that point, but I mean, who knows? I'll read these next two, then I'll magician it down. The LF that release should have been a Buuhan or Ultimate Gohan instead of a Tag Goku and Vegeta. I think it should have been a Buu type character. I agree, this is a good take here on the releasing, because I've seen some things where it's like, oh yeah, it should have been Super Saiyan 3 Goku. No, that should be the Ultra, right? I think the LF should have been a Buu character. Should have been the same concept as the androids, where it's not that type of character. It's cool enough, people will care about it. Buu has good escalades. Fat Buu, almost killed Gohan, killed Vegeta, killed Dabura, beat Goku's fucked with Goku at that point. He didn't even fucking care about the fight. He was just, messing with them at that point. Killed Babidi. He killed all these motherfuckers, bro. Killed the whole fucking population, basically, by eating them, after Super Buu had happened. So, he did a lot. Like, bro had escapades on escapades. Actually, no, he was before Super Buu. But still, bro did a lot. And, with those escapades, he would be hype enough to release as an LF. Because, yes, he's a villain. He's not going to sell that well. But the more reason behind it is that you would release Ultra Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Because, hey, Majin Buu Saga, we have to release a Majin Buu character. But it seems they went the literal opposite route. And they said Super Saiyan 3 first, Buu second. Doesn't make any sense why they did that. Ultimate Gohan would have been fine as well. I don't think they would have done an Ultra. I don't think they will, and I don't think they would have done Ultra Ultimate Gohan. Similar to, Namek Goku. You have to have it be Namek Goku to be the first Ultra. You had to have it be FSK be the first Ultra. Vegeta, you could do Super Saiyan. You could do Majin. I guess Majin's more, notable, but you could do any form for Vegeta, right? But FSK's got to be the first Ultra Gohan. Namek has to be the first Ultra Goku. Whatever else have you. There has to be some, forms that are just so known they have to do first, or it probably just won't happen until that's done, right? But LF-wise, Buuhan would have been cool. I agree with that, but if anything, Gohan, Super Buu, Fat Buu, Kid Buu, well, not Kid Buu, but because we already have a Kid Buu and it's not going to do Kid Buu again. Any form of Buu could have been a much better idea, especially for a meta sake, because we did get regen buffs, so it's like, why not give us a little bigger one? But they said, nah fam, we good on that. Ultras are the worst handled concept in the game by far. I would agree if back then equipments weren't so ridiculous. Reminder, the Awakened Hybrids equipment is still the best, overall for like any tag. Just any unit on a tag can run appear in the entire game, and it's no close contention by anything that's as vast as it can be run. So I would say equipment actually is the worst handled concept in the game by far, especially because they'll have equipment that's like, oh, here's all base critical. Yeah, you run 3 base critical equipment, so you're getting like, I'm not even sure you're getting a full percentage more of like a critical happening or critical damage happening. So I would actually say it's equipment. Ultras are very up there, but I think it's equipment actually. But Ultras, yeah, they are very close to that. I'll read this last one, then I will swipe down here. New Goku and Vegeta aren't top 5, and maybe even not top 10. That's rough. Yeesh. Can I see not top 5? Sure. Maybe not top 10. I can't see that. Their big boom is just too much. Yes, they are hurt by 2 Ultra characters. You know, their color is not ideal. I can stress that. And I've said that for, well, a good minute since they got introduced. I was like, oh, blue! Wow! A blue tag unit when Rosé and Hit exist. That's not good. But even so, I think the big boom move just carries the shit out of them to even, like, put them in top 10. I think the setup with GT17, Evo, or Rev UI, whoever you want to put. I know Rev UI is a meme, but, like, you know, he does have Revival. It could help you out. And he does, you know, again, have Revival, and they lower sub count by 10 on Rush. Kind of sack off First Life, okay, Rev UI, go home, and go into Ultra Instinct. Could actually work out. So I do think they have a good team around them. It's not necessarily the most cohesive thing. You do have the leader slot and then kind of make funky Z abilities work out, but they do work out. But I do think they make it top 10. I could see not top 5. I get it. But not top 10, I think it's just a little cruel to them. I think this unit is, again, more underrated than overrated, but yet initial seeing of them, they were very overrated. So now it's like, oh, we got to come back up to that level that we had when we first read their kit. Right now, they're being actually a little bit underrated. But I will say a tag unit does require stars, so it's like, yeah, you gotta factor that as well. So just how it always has been. No tag unit was good at low stars, and if they were Zenka Left to Hell GV, right? So factor that in, right? And then we will go all the way to right here. Whenever it stops, it stops. All right, cool. There needs to be a limit on the amount of Ultra units you can use in a match. Enough said. That's just iconic. We have to have the motorcycle. Yeah, it's very planned. My paid actor over there, $80 for that one. Yes, sir. Needs to be a limit on the amount of Ultras you can use in a match. No. That just kills a player base. I mean, no. But I get the concept, like, you're tired of running into triple Ultras or, like, double Ultras. I get that. Trust me, I feel that sentiment a lot because of leader slot. Again, they just have to rework the leader slot so where you don't have as much benefit as you do with Ultras. LFs, give them the benefit. They're LF characters. Fine. Let's be nice to them. Ultras, they have to have some drawback. They have no drawbacks in their kits. Give them a drawback in, like, their innate, you know, usage. I get you don't want to run into all of them all the time, but they would never do such a thing. But, yes, give them a drawback. I agree with that. LF Final Form Cooler. Oh, boy. This unit got outperformed by EX Stowser one video, so it's still really good. I've been using him in leader slot alongside Future Gohan. Okay. And Ultra Rosé. Most of the time it's cooler, clean, and clutch because Rosé was getting rushed every single effing time. So the setup you're naming is basically cooler on Future. So he's missing a great deal of his pure equip because that's movies. That sucks. He doesn't really have that many good base equips actually. So he's getting carried by Gohan, essentially. That's what this seems like. I get he has snipe potential. Cooler is definitely more downplayed than overplayed. That I'm not saying he's good. I'm not. I don't think Cooler is good, but I do think he's a lot more downplayed than overplayed, which is a good thing because he's not good. But it just seems like the setup is where he's just getting carried by Future Gohan support. But hey, maybe not. Maybe he is good. I don't think so. I think he's pretty tragic. Very meta-dependent unit, but to each their own. To each their own. SSBE Vegeta Zenkai made him a top 10 through 12 units in the game. I mean, yes. I agree. Yes. Buu Duo is not top 3. I agree. Yes, Buu Duo is not top 3. I agree. All right. Glad we're agreeing here. This game sucks because it never gives me shit. But I agree. When I don't pull things, I do not enjoy the game as well. Yes, that's why I spend money on it. Well, probably for the videos as well, maybe 1% of the time. But yes, I agree. I do not like the game because it does not give me shit sometimes. Doesn't mean the game sucks, but I also don't enjoy it at times as well. I have two. Okay. They should have kept Ultras free-to-play friendly. Last time the game was truly a fun time was the 3-year anniversary. Okay. Wow, that's something. Wow, those are hot. So, should have kept Ultras free-to-play friendly. I mean, yes, but that's an ideal world. We're not living in an ideal world. We're living in a gacha game. This is a gacha game. We're not there. We're not getting this. It'll be free to play. No, it's a new rarity. It's going to be sonable. Just how it is. The last time the game was truly at a fun time was a 3-year anniversary. So I'm going to assume you mean part 1, because actually, no. There was no part of 3-year that was actually fun. I'll be so honest. Everyone sucked on 3-year part 1. By the way, I made a video back then, and it got so much hate, but it was so true. I was just like this months later, like, wow, holy shit, I was right. Did not think I'd be that right. But I said skip the part 1 banners, as G4 and CMZ, because everyone sucked. I mean, PvP was maybe okay, getting, crutched out because he has this, Unga Boonga 1-card damage. Oh my god, he's so great. He tried to be everything, and he just, fucking sucked, right? CMZ being the only good unit. You still had units prior to anniversary ruling the game. G4 wasn't overtaking. CMZ needed like 6 stars or something to like be like the hidden he could have been back then, and everyone else sucked complete ass. Now, if you're referring to part 2 of 3rd year anniversary with Revhan, that was so hell and so fucking painful. No, I won't say that's like one of the worst metas. I don't think anything like that at all. But I will say that shit was not fun. So no part of anniversary in 3 year was fun at all. 2nd year as well. I would say if there's an anniversary that was fun, it was more 1st year. Because they at least tried to make some diversity. They tried to help regen out with like Green Buhan, run Yellow Cell, run Red Zamasu, or try to run Gaki with the blue duo. And then Whis, or try to run Fusion with the new LF, and then whoever else, Red Vegito, that was free to play at that point. Like, they at least tried it, right? 3rd year, though, hell no. The units sucked too much at that point. And then the units that were good, well, you got scammed because you wasted all your CC in part 1. So you didn't really own them, probably. Or if you did, they were all that was running around. There was nothing else running around besides Revhans. And it was just like, holy fuck, get me out of here. Blue Bardock will be the most usable character of all time for this game's lifespan. I assume because the Super Saiyan effect. I get that, but I also don't agree with that because you're nerfing Super Saiyan effects. A lot of units have minus 30% critical rate. Even Super Saiyans, an infamous one would be LFZ Trunks. He actually minuses 30% critical rate to Super Saiyans, or just in general, something like that, but he does minus 30% critical rate. That's because you're not supposed to run them with Bardock. They literally force you, like, hey, don't fucking run these two together. You're not doing that shit today. So no, maybe back then, yes, but no. Now, they've nerfed it so far into the ground, and Bardock is just so ass individually. Even Apply, I don't think saves him, by the way. Kind of like Boo didn't get saved either. I don't think will be the most usable character of all time. I think you can use his effect, but being a usable character means that unit itself is good enough to run. Bardock is not good enough to run and hasn't been for a really solid time. He's just been carried by Super Saiyans that are a lot better than him and get amplified because of him. Hit has the best gauge in the game. I mean, it's... If you're, like, using 2% of your brain, yeah, you're literally getting a free auto kill. You just pop a green card after 40 counts, or maybe if you pop a green prior, 35 counts, whatever the case is, and then you get an auto kill if you pop the ultimate, and you do it on a unit that's not full health blue, 14 stars, full defensive build, yeah, you will get a free kill. He is the best gauge mechanic. I think the best gauge would be that it's easy to build up, and then you can reuse it often. So I would say UGB or USG, one of those two. USG's is a lot easier to build because you're doing it offensively. Well, I mean, it's kind of equal, actually. You could, defensive building gauge, offensive building gauge, because UGB is getting hit, USG is doing cards. You're more in control, I guess, of USG's gauge. So I'd say USG is equivalent to UGB's, obviously, stopping cards happening. I don't think Hit has the best gauge, because that would imply the overall gauge. Like, getting it is like, oh, it's so easy. It is easy, yeah, but like, you're taking a lot of time. UGB, you'll get that shit 3 counts into the match, and then they can't click half their hand because, oh my god, they're so scared of this big blue card, which really isn't that scary, but UGB probably has the best gauge. It's not Hit. Though Hits is very good, it's a fucking guaranteed kill at some point. No. No. MVP 17 was mid from the start, and comparisons were only made to a yellow Future Han because of the featured boost. Bad unit carried by a bad mechanic. 17 was mid from the start, and comparisons were only made to yellow Future Han because of the feature boost. Because his aging? Because people said, like, he's going to age like Puddle? I mean, yeah, that was just silly to think, especially because he's on feature boost, right? And you lose a lot of defenses when you're off feature boost. Carried by... I don't think he's fully carried by feature boost. I mean, this unit was actually still on it when Rose came out, and he had his, fall from grace as, like, this top 3 fucking unit. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's carried by feature boost. I would say he's hurt by the meta. I mean, that's just simplest way. I don't think he was ever that overrated. I think he was actually very, very good. Then he got hurt by a strong green coming out. Oh no, what the fuck am I going to do? Hide in my corner? That's LS17 right now. Now when Rose falls down, like, people think he might be the first Ultra to fall down. Well, 17 will gain value again. But the comparison to Future Gohan was far-fetched. Yes, I agree with that, though. Blue Zamasu for Lunch Fest isn't as difficult to deal with as most people will make him out to be, even without having a powerful green unit. Difficult? No. He's just more tedious, I guess is the wording, because, you gotta do so many combos because you're reaching your key, blah, 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 blah. He's just tedious. I don't think anyone thinks he's hard to deal with. I think he's just like, oh, this guy's in my match. Great. Now he's gonna be a bulky blue that to deal with. I don't think he's ever hard to kill, though, for most parts. It's just, there's easier units to kill, so having him by comparison, I would actually say GT17 is bulkier than Zamasu, actually. But having him by comparison, it's just like, oh, he's just everywhere. It's just more annoying to face him so often than not, right? I'll do another big swipe down after 2 more. All support characters from last year's Legends Fest and this year's one need limited support for only related characters. Wait, what? Legends Fest this year was GT17 and Zamasu, which aren't limited. Beast was pre-Legends Fest, by the way. He was before, so I'm gonna assume this was implying with Beast, that it should be limited to, like, okay, hybrids or movies, or even if it's just hybrids or movies, it's still the fucking same goddamn shit, maybe just not Rose anymore. But, yes, support units should be limited. I don't think that's specific to anything. That should always be a thing. They should always be limited. If they have X tag and their main kit is designed for X based unit, well, limit them to that based unit's tag, and then that's it. Like, one tag they're on, their main tag. So if it's Beast Gohan, they're limiting it to, okay, limit it to hybrids, not Sun Family hybrids and movies, just hybrids. That's what it should have been, but they wanted something that is completely unbalanced, and that's what we got with Pan, and then et cetera, with just overall support units, right? Pan is one of the best aging units in the game, and MVP 17 will be useful for years. I like how we just saw a comment that just slandered the shit out of 17, basically. And then one that says, oh, yep, he'll be just like Puddle. I think it's more plausible that he's aging better than worse, 17. Pan, best aging units in the game. So far, yes, there could be a severe, hurting for Pan in the near future, especially if we do get an Ultra that is going to be blue. But for now, yeah, she is definitely one of the best aging units in the game for right now. Big scroll down, we'll do one more, and then we will do a big right here. Alrighty, let's see. Let's go, I guess, here. Actually, what is this one? It's interesting. He can be up to top 10 right now, and he's the healthiest Ultra we ever got. Healthiest? Okay, he can't be top 10 right now. Just, no. But healthiest? Healthiest is a weird word. I don't think he is... Bro, you can lock in if you literally just sack someone off to a rush, and then you have this guy, and let's say you move their advantage prior to them rushing, You lock in, get an auto kill because you get type neutral. If not, you can just rush yourself because, again, he locks in when someone's dead. Healthy is a weird word for it. I would say Broly, while undertuned, is a lot more healthy. He didn't have to reshape everything, and I think a healthy Ultra is having very good individual potential, yes, but you're not reshaping the entire game because you exist. That's unhealthy. You have to change everything. Everything's got to move over. You know, UGB said, fuck this guy, or Rose said, fuck 17. Broly said, I'm just here. I'm just vibing. Get me high stars. And then, you know, you could run me or not. I ain't going to shift the entire fucking game, though. I think Broly's actually very healthy. It's just, units are so much better than Broly. It's just sad that Broly is deemed, well, underwhelming. But I do not think USG is the healthiest Ultra. Not by a long shot, but not really, you know, by a close shot either. Boo Boys greater than Ultra Hit. I do not agree. Yeah, I don't agree. Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken is still good. I mean, maybe he can, like, have some okayness, I guess, because there's not that many hits existing in this game, but good. Good's a strong word. Usable to an extent. A copium extent. Kinda hardly. He's not still good. He's not. Ultra Rose is better than UGB. Okay. I believe that Ultra Rose is better than Rose because he has way more ways of disrupting the opponent than UGB does. What? I'm just going to go by point. UGB can cover change overall. Rose only has a strike cover change. So wouldn't UGB have better disruption? I would think so. I guess because covering in, reducing key, card draw speed, I guess. But if you just full stop a combo versus your minusing key and card draw speed, would UGB be a better disrupt at that point? Rose has paralysis. Well, that's a chance to paralyze. Yes. 3 ultimates. Okay. I mean, yes, it does have 3 ultimates. And easier neutral. Huh? They don't get it too far apart. UGB gets it off green and, you know, he seemingly spawns 97 greens in a match. Rose has to pop main. That's arguable. Also, although UGB's gauge is very strong, it can easily be played around, so Rose greater than UGB, but you're forgetting their whole entire baseline kits, besides their few things you mentioned here. I mean, just solo team-wise, UGB is just better off, but yeah, no, I don't see it at all. From even their, like, arguments of those few points, I don't see that at all. But hey, maybe different experiences, right? Ultra Gogeta Blue will never die. That's cap. He will die. Not soon, but every unit does die. You know, spoiler alert, every unit does fall off. We thought the same thing for FSK, we thought the same thing for Beast, and now these units are hurting a little bit more than not. Shockingly enough, these units will get hurt. I will do 4 more. Probably a hot take, but I fully think Ultra Gogeta Blue is currently the worst of the Ultra Bunch in top 10. He's the slowest compared to both Hit and Rose, and he actually doesn't have an unfair / annoying setting of it. You would argue the gauge, but just pop it early, and when Rose and Hit do. So I guess, what's a more consistent, annoying setting? I would say UGB's gauge is more consistently annoying than Rose getting like a paralysis, right? Like Rose getting to like the state of like him just soloing 1v3 is a lot harder than UGB is doing it, right? Hit is kind of in a similar vein to UGB where it's just like, it's pretty simple, just click your fucking cards, click a green card, cover null, alright, you're popping off, come back in after swapping out, alright, now you're gonna murder somebody, you got time skip on that third to come in, alright, now you got a guaranteed kill. It's very simple. But UGB to Rose, I don't agree, because Rose is too reliant on RNG. Again, if you get the good RNG, yes, I can understand it, but UGB, while there is counterplay to his gauge of, well, let me soak that shit up as every unit of the game heals, and I could just, you know, come back in later and, you know, solo him because he doesn't have his gauge full at this point. I can get this argument, I can see it even, but I think Rose is too reliant on RNG factor, while UGB is not reliant on it. He's reliant on his own kit. Rose is reliant on his own kit that's also RNG based. If you get paralyzed, yes, I agree with this, but that's not consistent enough for me, because while it is 40% chance, it feels like 150% chance, it's 40% chance, right? If Ultra Kid Blue releases, Regen will be the best team in the game. No, it will not. Not at all. That is the most far-fetched thing I've heard. Maybe PO, you know, it could run, well, maybe. I doubt it, actually. No, it wouldn't. I mean, PO, maybe, but regen, hell no. Are you kidding me? How the fuck would that even make sense? Ultra units were a fun addition when they were introduced. Okay. Now they're just toxic and ruin the game for everyone who doesn't want to use them or don't have them. Yeah, welcome to a gotcha. That's the same thing for, you know, Beerus got a Zenkai. Well, no one had Zenkai 7 because no one has him 7 stars. How the fuck do we do this? He was toxic as shit. FSK, well, he was toxic as shit. These big rarity, high rarity, and exclusivity units tend to do that. Yeah, it's true. It's not really a hot take, it's just how a game works. The new thing will be the best thing for the most part, and that's what it is right now. That's what Ultra is. And then I'll read 2 more here. Green Tag 4s are the most underrated character in the game. I think it's an argument between Forku and... yeah, Forku and the 4s. I wanted to say Evo, but I don't know if Evo is fully underrated. I think people like Evo. I don't think people use Evo enough. But the 4s are Forku, yeah. A GT character is very underrated. I don't think it's 17. I think 17 is getting a lot of love. Especially recently, even myself, loving the shit out of 17 there. But the 4s or Forku are very underrated. I do agree it is one of those two. It probably is more Forku than the 4s, but it's either or, right? Then the last one here. Give GT an Ultra unit and they are the best team in the game. Did someone not just say the same thing? Hello? What the fuck? Okay. No! No, they are not. That's not how that works, because Ultra units can just be slapped on anywhere. So you might say, oh, give GT this Ultra. So what if the Ultra is better than Rose? Then I slap him with, okay, I looter slot the Ultra, then I run movies, and it's Pan UGB, new Ultra of GT character. That's going to be a better team, because those 2 units help more. The overall support will help more than GT not getting support. It won't be GT being the best team in the game. It won't. It will never be the team you think it is. It'll just be an obscure version of some random fucking mishmash that's leader-slotted bullshit Ultras. That's what the best team will be for the most part of this game. It's just how it works. And it'll be 2 Ultras with support type, most likely. And that's what it is with a lot of settings of current teams. You do see UGB, Rose, Pan. There's a reasoning. They can amplify a lot. It's a very classy team, but the Ultras are so good, they don't even care half the point. At half the points of the match, and if not, well, they heal. They heal a lot. So, yeah, it wouldn't be GT. Huh. Some of these were interesting. Very interesting. Overall, kind of impressed by some of these takes, I'm going to be honest. But let me guys think of these Dragon Ball Legends hot takes. I'll probably do these every time Legends in a dry spell. You know, we are just in the midst of waiting for this new Ultra. Then anniversary is happening, you know, a month from now. So we are literally just sitting ducks at this point. I thought this would be a cool idea again for 20k subs, because it is a community, and well, how do I get 20k subs? It's not me subbing 20k accounts, you know, for my sake, at least my knowledge of knowing that, it is you guys. So once again, I appreciate you guys subscribing. If you do make it to the end of this video, comment the phrase 20k, 20, then the letter K, you know, in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, which again is a full circle that we are going here, a full circle, and I'll see you guys there for that.